Have you ever wondered if your cat recognizes its own reflection in the mirror? It's a question that has puzzled cat owners for centuries. Are cats narcissistic, or do they simply see themselves as another curious creature? The truth is that for a long time, experts weren't really sure. But thanks to some recent studies, we may finally have an answer. You see, the ability to recognize oneself in the mirror is a sign of self-awareness, something that was thought to be unique to humans. But it turns out that some animals like dogs and dolphins also have this ability. So the question is, where do cats fall on this spectrum? One of the prevailing theories was that cats, unlike dogs, wouldn't recognize themselves in the mirror because they're not as social. But a study published in 2019 challenged this notion. It showed that domestic cats, like their wild cousins, the tigers and lions, can indeed recognize themselves in the mirror. In the study, 34 cats were presented with a series of images, including photos of themselves, other cats, and even some human faces. The cats were able to differentiate between the different images and showed a particular interest in looking at their own photo. This suggests that they were able to recognize themselves. However, there was still a question as to whether the cats were actually seeing themselves as individuals or simply as another cat. To get to the bottom of this, a team of researchers conducted a new study. They wanted to find out if cats would react differently to their own reflection, depending on how they were presented. In one experiment, the cats were shown a video of a cat walking towards the camera. In another experiment, the cats could see a cutout of a cat in the shape of a mirror. And in the control group, there was no image at all. If the cats didn't recognize themselves, then they should react the same way to all three videos. But if they did recognize themselves, then they should react differently to the two videos with the cutout. And that's exactly what happened. The cats in the experimental group spent significantly more time looking at the videos with the cutouts, regardless of whether the cutout was placed in front of or behind the actual cat. This suggests that cats do indeed recognize themselves in the mirror, and that they are able to do so from different angles. So the next time you look in the mirror and see your cat staring back at you, know that they're not just checking out their own reflection. They're also trying to figure out if it's actually them. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. That would really help us out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.